How much money can you potentially make as a male stripper? Now that's a great question. I get it all the time and I don't blame you. Everybody wants to know what's in it for them, right? Let's talk about it right now. Let's break this down. So, first up we're going to talk about strippergrams. Now strippergrams are like private bookings. So that's when you're a stripper and you rock up to a house or a hotel or a venue in your costume ready to go, and it's usually like a bachelorette party or a birthday party or something like that. Now, if you're in that industry, these numbers right here are based around what I earn and what other people that work in my industry earn in Australia. Now, in your country, wherever you are watching this video, numbers may vary. So you're going to want to actually go online, look up agencies that hire out male strippers in your local city, go to the pricing section and see how much they charge, and then you'll get a good idea. But for now, we're going to look at what we have here in Australia. So the average booking is 15 minutes long. In America, they tend to be a bit longer, in Canada, but in Australia, a private booking is about 15 minutes and it's a 15-minute show. So for a 15-minute full nude, full money show, you get about 200 per job. Now, that's in and out, 15 minutes, so the total amount of time you'll probably realistically spend is about maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes, given the fact that you got to pack up after your show and all that kind of stuff. Now, on a Saturday night, which is when you'll get the majority of your bookings, you can expect to, if you're a good stripper and you've got a lot of work coming through, you can expect at least minimum 5 jobs on a Saturday night. Now, if you're getting 5 jobs on a Saturday night at $200 a pop, that's $1,000 on a Saturday night. That ain't bad. That's pretty good money. That's more money than a lot of people make in a whole week, and you're just doing that in a Saturday night. Remember, it's only going to take you about 20-25 minutes to do a job, and you're only doing 5. $1,000 for that short amount of time, that's pretty good. Now, keep in mind, we also have extras as well here in Australia, so you can add on little things to the show, like strawberries and cream off your body, or a tequila body shot for the bachelorette or the birthday girl. And we usually charge these at $20 a pop. If the agency that you're represented through doesn't actually add these on as part of their services, well, guess what? When you arrive to one of these bookings, upsell them. Use this as a little upsell. See if you can get a little bit more out of your clients, because at the end of the day, if you can get another $20 per 5 bookings, it adds up. It bumps up your revenue. We also have 30-minute shows, which are a little bit longer and are extended shows in which you can really get around the whole room, give everyone a really good show, extra time for photos, games, all that kind of stuff. And we charge $300 for these. So if like 3 of your 5 jobs that night were $300 bookings, then boom, all of a sudden, once again, big jump up in the amount of revenue you can earn. So as you can see, in this industry, the numbers are pretty solid. And as long as you're solidly getting booked out every weekend with at least 5 jobs, then this is a very handy financial flexibility income job that you can add to even your day job. And it's cash in hand as well. Directly cash in hand. It's up to you whether you want to declare it or not. But I think legally I got to say that you have to. It's up to you. Now, strip clubs. A little bit of a different environment. So you're actually working for a venue and you stay in that venue the whole night and you work for the club essentially. Now keep in mind, I haven't calculated in here that the strip club will charge you a rent, a nightly payment that you have to pay the club to work in there for that night. Now that will really vary depending on city. It could be as expensive as $100 if it's a really, really good, busy bumping club, or it could be as low as $20 if the club doesn't really get that much traction, if it's in a smaller city. It really does vary depending on the venue. So that's something you'll have to research and find out yourself. But just keep in mind that little surcharge up front when we look at these numbers right now. In the strip club environment, if you're a good stripper, you're established and you've created a good relationship with the venue and the managers, then you'll eventually want to get into doing as many stage solos as you possibly can. Stage solos are the key, and that is what you should be aiming for, and that's where your focus should be. Because stage solos are essentially the time in which everybody in the club's attention will be right on you. you will have everyone's attention to essentially do a sales pitch, but you won't be on stage talking about anything. You'll be doing your routine, you'll be dancing. But it's like a sales pitch. So think of it that way. When you're a stripper working in a club, you're like a salesman. You're selling yourself, you're selling your body, you're selling desire, and you're selling seduction, okay? That's the mindset that you've got to have. Now, these stage solos is the time when you get to sell yourself on stage. So try and get as many as you can. Now, back here, if you've got a good relationship with them, then and you're a good dancer, you're established, you can expect at least, I would be hopeful for at least 4 stage solos a night. That would be a good amount. Usually they run them like every half hour, maybe every 20 minutes. If you can get 4 stage solos and you're pretty good on stage and the club that you're working in is pretty bumping and pretty busy, a lot of people around the stage, a lot of people tipping, you can make anywhere between $20 to $30 in tips. And these will be $20 to $30 in just $1 bills. Now, if you want to know about how you can actually make these tips on stage, we talk about that in our online course, but we'll talk about that at the end of the video. Now, after you've done the stage solo, you want to start selling some lap dances on the club floor. So you'll move from the stage and you'll start walking around the club, around the bar, around the lounge area, all those kind of environments. And you'll want to start selling lap dances, just open lap dances in the club floor. And these should be, once again, just quite a low risk payment to sort of lock in the booking. I would just charge about $5 per dance, and you should just only give them about a minute or so of just attention, not too much, but just enough to sort of tease them and want more. And I'll tell you why. Because after you sell the open club lap dances, you want to sell them on a private lap dance. And that's the money making machine right here. So this is how the structure of the guys that really rake it in the club, this is how they structure their night, and this is how they start making really good profit. And this is what you should be doing too, because if you're not doing this, you're missing out. You're missing out on easy money. This is money cash in hand. It's so good. So listen up, okay? So you've got 4 stage solos, you earn about $20 to $30 in $1 bills. You've got 15 lap dances, you're doing them at $5 a pop. You say it's a busy club, once again, everyone's keen. You did a really good job on stage, everyone loved you on stage. Good chance that there's going to be at least 15 girls that were willing to pay you for a lap dance, an open club. This is, by the way, over the period of the whole night. So out of the 4 stage solos you do, at least 15 girls in total throughout the whole night will want more lap dances. And if you tell them that it's only $5, that's a coffee, they'll do that. Assuming that you've done a really good job on the open club lap dances, then you'll want to upsell them once again. You'll want to just do that little minute, give them a little tease, but then say, hey, look, if you want to get really intimate, if you want to get really up close and personal, if you want to really good, spend a lot of time and let's have a lot of fun, then we can do a private lap dance in the room out the back. And then that's when you sell them for $50, and that's where you start making your money. And I'm going to show you how that makes a difference in your profit. So assuming maybe 5 are not keen, but a good 10 are, and trust me, if you do a good lap dance right here, if you give them a minute of heaven right here, chances are they'll want to bump it up. They'll give you a little bit more, okay? This is just upselling. This is sales 101. Now let's look at the numbers. This is the fun part. Okay, so you got 4 stage solos. Let's say you made $30 in tips, okay? That's already $120 just from those solos. That's the first stage. Now, we got 15 lap dances at $5 each. That's $75. That's not bad, okay? That's a little extra on top. Now, this is when it really jumps, makes that dramatic leap. 10 private lap dances at $50 a pop, $500. That's good money. You see the difference? Upsells. We do these 2 right here, so we can get this. So that's a whopping $500 right there. So you can see how that really starts to make a difference. It's really the little upsells that really bumps up the offer, that really leads up down to here, the final one. So in all total, we have a massive $695 in profit. Now this is probably more realistically in US dollars. So try not to think about that's less than this one, because this is in Australian dollars. So realistically, this is probably more than that. That's really good money. Now, that's more than what most people will make in a week.
And if you're making that in one night, think about what you can make if you work 3 or 4 nights or 5 nights a week, depending on how busy the club is once again. So as you can see, really the potential here to make good cash in hand payment is fantastic. And I hope this really opens your eyes to see the potential in this industry. You can do this and only work 2 nights a week and keep your main job if you like, whatever job that you have during the week. And this can just supplement your income, help pay for holidays, help pay off mortgage repayments, student debt, all that kind of stuff. This is it's really a life-saving industry for a lot of people. That's the pricing structure, guys. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. I'm very active with my community and I will answer your questions. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, keep up to date with all the new content, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Catch you later.
Yeah.